Hey everybody, this is my third and final video for the E3 coverage, so welcome to the show. Again, if you're watching the first two videos, this will be the video talking about my personal favorites of the games that were shown. First off, I'm going to start off with what I'm most excited for, which is Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception. And I didn't really see anything that I didn't know about, so it wasn't as exciting, but still, it's still my most anticipated game out of the ones that are coming out. The trailer was something new. Like if you ever played Uncharted, and if you have a PlayStation 3, you better have played at least one of the two that's come out. But if you ever played it, if you look at the title, like the first one was Drake's Fortune, and the second one was Among Thieves. You never really know what the title means, like the little subtitle means, and you just like, well, maybe it means this, but it might mean something else. So like when it says Drake's Deception, you don't know if they're talking about Drake the character or Drake, Francis Drake, his ancestor. And you don't know what the deception is. Like, is he being deceived, whichever one they're talking about, or did they deceive somebody? But in this trailer, it was really interesting because Drake's friends and things are back, and this time they're more like, why are you pushing so hard? They're like, just let it go. And they kind of did that in the second one or whatever, but it's like, he's been through some crazy things, and I'm thinking like, what the heck could be so intense in this game to where his friends are like, just leave it alone, like from the go. Not even like not in the middle or near the end of the game. They're like, from the go, they're like, just leave it alone. And for some reason, he's pushing like, no, I gotta do this. And they're like, well, what are you trying to hide? It kind of gives a sense of what's going on behind the scenes that he knows about. Is it something evil, or I don't know. But it's got me really excited. If you never played Uncharted, it has like this movie feel to it. So I'm really excited about that. They got the new multiplayer things. They have a new co-op, like kind of like a story mode co-op, but it's not in the main story. It's like different. I don't know if it's like before the main story or during the main story, but it's not the main story, but it's co-op. And I think they were saying it's like 4-player co-op. I'm not sure, but they're doing new things with the multiplayer online where you can create your own character, dress them up how you want to. Well, I don't know if you create your own character, but I know you can take certain character models and dress them up how you want to and make them look how you want to. And you also can customize your weapons, which is new to the series. And if you haven't played Uncharted 2 online, it's my personal favorite online game right now. So third-person shooters all the way. It's just a beast being able to, with all you can do, just jumping around, climbing on stuff, all that kind of stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that. Next, Elder Scrolls Skyrim, Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. If you ever played Elder Scrolls Oblivion, then you know why I'm so excited about this. It's an RPG, but it's an action RPG. An RPG is a role-playing game, and they're really best when it comes to storytelling. And in Skyrim, like if you're new to the Elder Scrolls series, you run around in first person or third person, but I managed to the first person with like a sword or a bow and arrow or something. And in this one, it's really fast-paced action. It's like, the moves are really fluid. It doesn't feel like slow or boring. It feels like you really running there like chopping things down. You can dual wield in this game. You can have 2 swords or a sword and a shield, of course, but like a sword and like a magic staff, or a sword and a mace, all kind of different things. I have finishing moves, which is new, and these finishing moves are different. You're not gonna get the same one each time, and they're different because you fight different enemies a different way, like a human type enemy or like a ogre type enemy. You'll fight those different, obviously. Their dragons are a big part of the story, and they're new to the series as far as being regular enemies. And if you've never played Oblivion, the main story doesn't even, Elder Scrolls, the main story doesn't even really matter. The side missions are like beautiful. Each side mission can be made its own movie, own game, whatever. It's just, you really get taken into the world. So check that out. The dragons are awesome. You can like take their powers, whatever. They even come up randomly, so check that video out. It was awesome. Next, Batman Arkham City. If you didn't play Arkham Asylum, you gotta be ashamed. It's a beast. You can play as Batman, and you can also play as Catwoman. And Catwoman doesn't play just like Batman. She has her own moves, her own missions and things. So that looks awesome. So instead of just running around the this asylum, running around the whole city as Batman. So it looks awesome. They also have this downloadable game, which is kind of like a shooter. I think it's first person. And it's kind of goofy, but it's like a game show or something where like one side is like Batman people, one side is like Joker people. I don't really know much about it, but I read about it. Next, Street Fighter. I think you pronounce it Cross Tekken. It has like Street Fighter and an X, then Tekken. They're my favorite fighting franchises. Tekken is my personal favorite, followed closely by Street Fighter. So this got the potential to be the best fighting game ever, if you ask me. I seen it. Originally, they were saying they're supposed to make one version on the Street Fighter engine and one on the Tekken engine. So it's supposed to, if you look at it, you playing the one on the Street Fighter engine, it'll look like Street Fighter 4 or play like Street Fighter 4, and the one on Tekken engine is supposed to play like Tekken 6, I guess. But I've only seen the one that it looks like a Street Fighter 4 engine, but the characters, you can kind of tell a Tekken character from a Street Fighter character. But it looks awesome from what I've seen. It looks amazing. I hadn't seen a full roster. I hope it's a whole bunch of characters, but it looks like a beast to me. I'm hoping they're still going to do the two versions, because I personally wanted the Tekken version. Actually, I would probably buy both, but I wanted the Tekken version. Mass Effect 3 looks great. If you've never played Mass Effect, it's another groundbreaking action RPG, so it's not like Final Fantasy where you gotta wait to fight, but it's like a shooter actually, and they've gone more action in the third one. You can jump and dive and roll around. It's third person if you don't know. New weapons and things. They actually had this new thing where it's like a hologram blade, so you can do like melee attacks, and they look awesome. The story looks like it's gonna be epic. The game itself looks like it's gonna be epic. And again, this is the last thing on the list, but it's probably top 3. If I say the most excited I've been for these games is Uncharted, BioShock Infinite, and Elder Scrolls Skyrim. So I don't know why I say this for last, but BioShock Infinite, if you hadn't played BioShock 1, you're really missing out. It's a creepy first-person game, and the storytelling was flawless. The powers and things were great. It was really eerie. BioShock Infinite is actually the third game. I didn't play the second game, which is a prequel to the first, but BioShock Infinite it's actually like in 1940s, where the first BioShock was in the 1970s, and it's in the sky instead of underwater. It's in a place called Columbus. It's like Columbia, which is like a floating city. And I'm really interested to see what they're gonna do with this, because you played the first BioShock, your character didn't talk. They didn't even have a name that you knew of until like later in the game. So it was really, it worked excellently. But this one, you know who you are from the beginning. Your character has a voice. He talks throughout the game. I think his name is something Booker, or Booker might be his first name. But you also have a companion. You're actually in the city to save this super powerful woman. She has like these really cool like reality altering powers. But I think she just gets them when you get there, because she's been locked away for a long time. And there's this big machine thing flying around trying to get her back. And it's weird because horror game, BioShock's not really a horror thing, but it has that really serious horror element to it. But the first one was underwater, it was dark, and you were by yourself. This one, you got this chick running around with you. I don't know how long she's been in the game, but I've seen her in pretty much at least half of the footage, her running around with you. But having a partner with you makes it significantly less scary, and it's in broad daylight. But it actually looks scary running around in broad daylight. And in BioShock, the first one, everything kind of had already happened. All the horror and stuff had already happened. So it was people running around, but the city was basically dead. Well, Columbia still has crazy stuff going on, but nothing's happened to the city really yet. Like, it's still people running around doing everyday stuff there. So it looks excellent. Those are the games I thought that were important from E3. So check those out. Go to IGN, go to YouTube, whatever. Check those videos out so you can see better what I'm saying. So I hope you enjoyed it. If I missed anything, I'm sorry, but that's what I'm most excited from. Oh, that about to go. Deus Ex. Human Revolution. Um, it's, if you've never heard of it, it's a game where you can really make choices. You can decide what to do, how to do it. It's in the future. I think it's in 2027. And if you ever played Metal Gear Solid, it's by like Konami, so it looks like a Metal Gear Solid game. That's my favorite franchise of all time. But it doesn't play like a Metal Gear Solid game. It's first person, and you really got to see it. But it looks amazing. Um, the trailer is epic. Like I think I'm gonna love it. Um, but it looks great, so check that out too. But like I said, that's all the things, all the games I felt were important. So if I missed anything, I'm sorry. Like I said, go to YouTube, go to IGN, wherever, and look these games up. You won't be disappointed.